Good evening, everyone. I am Mark, your fat friend.
And I'm James, your other fat friend. I need to change that.
Yes, you do. This is the Fat and Black Connection, where we
Yes,
talk
sir.
about anything and everything.
Yeah, as long as it's interesting to us, of course. So, you know.
Yes, and if it's not interesting to us, it's not interesting to you.
That is correct. And that is
there
changed.
we go.
There we go.
So now you're our black friend.
Yes.
Fantastic.
All day. Every day.
So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fat and Black Connection.
Yeah.
We are live, as you can tell, because we're not going back and editing this, right? We're just rolling with it.
Just roll with it.
We are live and interactive, and what that means for you is that if you're on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, whatever,
we still on Kick?
Yeah. And here's a weird thing: when I'm trying to pull up the chat feature, I'm not seeing anything. Are you?
I see it now. Ashley says hi.
Oh,
she says can't stay long. Just wanted
okay.
to. Oh, here.
I'm not. Oh, there we go. Can't stay long. Just wanted. Okay, so you're gonna have to run that today because for some reason it's not showing up for me.
Oh, okay. Weird.
Yeah, so you get to run the chats. This will be interesting.
All right.
So you're responsible for that.
Got you.
So Ashley, good to see you, hear you. And guess what? Since Ashley's here, really quickly, what's happening tomorrow night, James?
Oh. We got auditions for Oak Bridge.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oak Bridge happens tomorrow night and Saturday morning.
Audition day one.
Yeah. So we've got 30-ish people signed up for tomorrow night.
Yep.
We start at 5 p.m. Pacific. We're going to be going until 9 p.m., probably maybe a little bit longer. So that's going to be a late night for Ashley because she's on the East Coast.
Yep.
So we're going to be doing those auditions, listening to people do monologues and having them do some cold readings and stuff.
Read the scene.
So it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. I'm hoping we get some. Obviously we've got a lot of people that we already know and have worked with.
Yeah, I'm looking forward.
People.
I'm looking forward to some of the new talent we gonna have come through.
Oh, so you're hating on our existing talent? Okay,
no, I'm not hating. I'm just saying I want. I'm interested to see what's out there. What some of these newbies bring to the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely want to see who's out there. I always want to bring in fresh new talent, give people potential opportunities.
Okay.
But we know what we know with the people that we know. So that's always
know the devil you with instead of the devils you don't know. Is that I don't even know if that's the right term for that or the right saying.
The devil you know versus the one you know.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so
it was
so what you're doing is you're comparing our talent that we've worked with for years to devils. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I love these guys. I love the people that we work with. They're great. They know they're great. Anyway, hey, question. Did you finish that keg thing?
As a matter of fact, I did.
Did you finish it last week?
I did. Okay. Yeah, because after we went off the air, we continued to meet to talk about Oak Bridge auditions.
And you killed it then, huh?
Yeah, I finished that thing.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done that. It ended up being honestly a little bit too much.
Was the bottom gross?
I don't know if the bottom was gross or I was just done. Either way, I
Yeah.
was done.
Well, just I'm gonna. Hold up.
Simply naked.
No, yeah, the simply spiked.
Ah,
Yeah, just the lemonade flavor because I had the other ones earlier this week. So I have that one, and then I have a Linden.
Lagunitas,
No, Lindenberg. What is that? Lindenberg or something like
Linden
that.
Kugel.
Yeah, something like that. That's their juicy peach, and then
Okay.
I have a non-alcoholic beverage
Okay.
to end the night off with.
So I will not be drinking tonight. Yes, I know. I'm actually on antibiotics right now.
Oh, okay, that's a good reason.
I
I mean,
have
not
a really
having antibiotics, but
I have a really wicked toe infection.
again.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Didn't wait like the one you had last time?
similar, yeah.
Oh, that thing was gross.
This is even grosser.
Ugh.
So yeah, it's pretty bad. I actually worked from home yesterday so that I could keep my foot up and soak it, and yeah. I did go back to work today though, and yeah, it's not fun.
No.
So I'm on antibiotics. And the thing I really don't like about this antibiotic that I'm on,
Mhm.
clindamycin, is it gives a really nasty taste in my mouth pretty much all the time.
Yuck.
So it doesn't matter whether, like, if I drink something, I'm fine for the next couple minutes, and then it's back to like this nasty taste. So right now, this evening, I went and had some Raisin Canes, one of the primary sponsors of advertising over on Murphy's Inc. Thank you, Raisin Canes.
Seriously, or for real or fake? Oh, that premieres before the YouTube videos, right? Or the
Yeah,
YouTube.
so Raisin Canes actually like does the majority of the advertising on Murphy's Inc. If you listen to it through like
funny.
Podbean or wherever.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know how they know that we love it, but
Hey, Daryl's checking in.
oh, we got Daryl. Glad to be the back. Glad to be the back drinker. Touchdown have to happen.
What? Did Daryl just have a
Sounds
stroke?
like he's been drinking. Well, I'm glad you've had some drinks, Daryl. I'm guessing that's what that was. So.
I'm still full from earlier today. We went me and one of my coworkers, we went to Korean barbecue today. Yo.
However, I can't drink alcohol, but I will be eating some wild protein chips.
Yeah.
Chicken and waffles.
Yeah. Those aren't, I mean, they're not.
Speaking of chicken and waffles, James.
What? Weird segue, but okay.
What do brothers do all day?
I've been wondering the same thing.
So I'm going to turn this off so I don't hopefully get as much of a glow. What do brothers do all day? So this is a book at the library, and I'm going to read it to you.
Okay. This is not so when earlier this week, just for some backstory.
This is a new book, by the way.
Right. So Mark's wife sent me this, or she sent it to both of us, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she was like, what is this? And I was like, I have no idea. And then like I was like, I don't know. And then like she took a picture of the inside cover, and I was like, oh, okay, that's not that bad.
So here are images.
It sounded sketch from the jump.
Lots of different haircuts, hairstyles.
Yeah.
So the inside cover. Have you ever wondered what do brothers do all day?
Brothers
drive, brothers dance, brothers work, brothers listen, and brothers love.
That's right.
This joyous reflection of Black men and boys engaged in everyday life celebrates the deep roots and rich cultures of African American communities. From grocery shopping and waiting for a trim at the barbershop to singing, dancing, and laughing with friends, author and illustrator Ajuan Manais captures the beauty in the ordinary, affirming the enduring strength of the Black community.
Okay.
I would have gone with waiting to get lined up at the barber shop, but that's just me.
No, I mean, like, so I just like the fact that they mentioned the barbershop because that's,
Sure. So again, what do brothers do all day? Are you ready?
Not brothers. It's brothers.
I said brothers. What do
Oh, it
brothers
sounded
do?
like you said brothers.
I apologize. What do brothers do? Okay,
Here you go.
here we go. What do brothers do all day?
Yeah.
Brothers drive. Brothers ride.
Okay.
Okay. Brothers wait for the bus. And wait in line.
Where is that? The DMV or something? At the grocery store?
That looks like a grocery store to
Okay.
me. There are also sisters in that image.
Hey,
Uh,
that's good to know.
and get lined up.
Yep. There we go. There's
So
your
they
lineup.
wait in line and they get lined up.
Hey,
Brothers build.
brothers build. That's right.
And cook.
Yes. That
And
is very
eat.
true. Yes. That is also true.
I don't like that they're just eating burgers and fries though.
Oh, yeah.
Brothers float
Astronauts out there.
and fly.
That's right.
Flying a kite.
And stay fly.
Brothers jump
That's right.
and dance.
I don't know about them dance moves though.
Mhm.
That looks like ballet in there. I mean, there are brothers that do ballet, so I can't hate on that.
Brothers march.
Yes, we do.
Brothers sing.
Yes, we do.
Brothers rock.
A couple of them.
Tyrus
Oh, yeah. That's Tyrus does rock. Yeah, so there's a couple.
and roll.
A skateboard or
Mhm,
roller skates.
mhm.
Okay,
Skateboard. Brothers play
that's right. Play's gonna play,
and play
and ball
And
is gonna
play.
ball. What's the other one?
and play.
No, I'm saying what are they playing a board game or something?
What's in their hands?
I can't tell. Oh, controllers. Okay, that's why I couldn't tell if it was I couldn't tell what it was at first.
Brothers sit. Brothers spin. Brothers listen.
Yes,
Laugh
that's right.
and love.
That's good. I dig it.
What will you do today?
Okay, I like it.
Author's note. I'm not going to hold this up while I read it.
Yeah.
In March of 1968, Richard Scarry published What Do People Do All Day? Scarry's richly illustrated book was a guide to the places and jobs and activities that define the daily lives of grown-ups. I first encountered Scarry's work in the early 1970s when I was about 6 years old. The world of adults, with its grocery list, PTA meetings, shopping trips, and dinner parties, seemed both tantalizingly exotic and impossibly complex. In today's culture and political landscape, the lives of and activities of Black men have come to occupy a similar place of fascination and uncertainty, not just for children, but for many people of all ages. I created What Do Brothers Do All Day in response to children's innate curiosity about the activities and experiences of others. But this book also grew out of my understanding that many kids long for characters and communities that look and feel like the people and places they know.
Mhm.
Looking back on my own childhood, I know this longing firsthand. For some, What Do Brothers Do All Day is a playful exploration. But for Black kids who rarely see themselves reflected in the pages of a book, it is also an affirmation of their world and the people who are in it.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
So, backside has more haircuts,
Nice.
and the back cover. Ajuan Manes is a visual artist and author, an editor, and a professor of English at Mills College in Oakland, California.
Oh, nice.
Inspired by Richard Scarry's What Do People Do All Day, she created the groundbreaking series 1001 Black Men, a collection of portraits produced over 6.5 years that later evolved into this book.
Oh, nice.
She is a prolific maker of zines and comics, as well as the author of Living While Black, Portraits of Everyday Resistance. You can learn more about her work at ajuanmanes.com.
Oh, this was written by a woman. I thought it was a dude.
Back cover.
Nice.
So that is what do brothers do all day.
What do brothers do all day? That's cool. Oh, I like that. Daryl sent in. You got it.
I forgot. I forgot up for backup. The scoring is already in action.
I don't understand what is going on right now, Daryl.
Daryl, are you okay?
It's sad that you ever. I think he's having a stroke.
Okay. So keeping in that same kind of vein of you know reading a book, and
Yeah.
we haven't done this actually the last 2 weeks, and so I'm going to do it right now. It's time for the Fat and Black Poetry Corner.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were next up.
So tonight I'm going to be doing. I've chosen a piece from the prolific Talking Heads. Um,
Okay.
and this piece that I'm going to recitate for y'all
C'était
is
pièce de résistance.
is once in a lifetime.
Okay.
And you may find yourself living in a shotgun shack, and you may find yourself in another part of the world. You may find yourself behind the wheel of a large automobile. And you may find yourself in a beautiful house with a beautiful wife. And you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground. Into the blue again, after the money's gone. Once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. And you may ask yourself, how do I work this? And you may ask yourself, where is that large automobile? And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful house. And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful wife. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground. Into the blue again, after the money's gone. Once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. Same as it ever was, same as it ever was. Same as it ever was, same as it ever was. Same as it ever was, same as it ever was. Same as it ever was, same as it ever was. Water dissolving and water removing. There is water at the bottom of the ocean. Under the water, carry the water. Remove the water from the bottom of the ocean. Water dissolving and water removing. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground. Into the blue again, into the silent water. Under the rocks and stones, there is water underground. You may ask yourself, what is that beautiful house? You may ask yourself, where does that highway go to? And you may ask yourself, am I right or am I wrong? And you may say to yourself, my God, what have I done? Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground. Into the blue again, into the silent water. Under the rocks and stones, there is water underground. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground. Into the blue again, after the money's gone. Once in a lifetime, water flowing underground.
Oh yeah, man, that was deep. That was real deep.
Yeah, did you know that there is water flowing underground?
Apparently, I did not because apparently they made sure to tell me.
So I got to ask, what, you know, I took poetry in high school. I don't know if you did, with the fantastic Robert Karimi.
Yeah,
And you know, having to take a piece and really break it down. What do you feel that the Talking Heads is trying to tell us?
they like water.
Uh huh.
Water is essential to life.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Oh! Look who's back.
Oh my gosh, the dam. I may say to myself, what have I missed? Welcome
But
back, Brian.
welcome back. Yes, indeed. No, apparently, life is a is a moving river, and
Uh huh. Uh huh.
you always time continues to move, and you must let time take you.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, we've missed you too, Brian.
Indeed. Indeed. Congratulations on your new place.
Oh, whoops, my bad.
I may say to myself, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, sorry,
Uh,
I hit the wrong button.
so, Brian, I got to know. Did you guys buy? Is that the? I saw the photos on your page. Congratulations, getting a new place to live. Did you
Hey,
buy? Are you renting? What is it? Because that's
better
if
buy,
that's your guys' first home purchase,
better
again,
buy.
big congratulations. I mean, it's California, man.
Definitely, you better buy.
Uh, yeah, I guess.
And also, I haven't checked your page in a little while, but did he have honeymoon pictures up there from like because they went like around the world and stuff?
Not that I saw.
Mm, Brian,
Brian. So, anyways, that was my poetry. Next
wait,
week,
did Halford did Halfie do poetry too?
I'm sorry, who?
He said, "Oh, my bad." He said, I have vague memories of Halford's poetry unit, and I don't remember.
That
I
might
never,
that might have been before Creamy
yeah,
started doing it.
I never had Halford, so
Yeah, I only
I know he was
knew.
still. I know he was still there when we were in high school, but
Yeah, because he was like the lead of the English
in
department
the
or whatever.
department, yeah. Uh, says we're only renting, and wedding pics are still coming.
Ah,
Dang, that's all. Oh, I did get your. I did get the
well,
one
it
wedding picture
was only
from
like 2 months ago. So
a wedding picture from for your Christmas card.
yes,
Thanks.
the Christmas card was very nice, indeed. Agreed.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I'm gonna eat me some chicken and waffles
Do
for a
that.
moment because I need to. And you can see this bag is still pressurized,
Oh,
so
fresh,
it's nice.
fresh open.
The freshness.
The
And of course, I've eaten these wild protein chips on the show before, but these are amazing. This bag, has 2 servings on Insta.
Yeah, I don't fuck.
I don't use that ish.
Hold on.
Anyway, this whole bag is 2 servings.
That'll
One
be
serving
one.
has 9 grams of carbs.
Oh, that's not
So that's
bad.
pretty good.
Not bad at all.
You want to get into some? You want to get into some content?
I think we should do that.
So a couple months ago, we put up the first trailer for Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth, and we watched it and had no idea what in the blue hell the game was actually about.
Yeah, the dude riding a dolphin and stuff, and like surfing. It was weird.
This trailer kind of started off the same way that I'm like, what is this game?
It said, "What do Yakuza members do all day?" That's
So kind of like what do brothers do all day,
yeah,
right?
exactly. But apparently, they ride dolphins and learn to surf and do all sorts of stuff in Hawaii.
So ultimately, I'm still unclear because it looked like it was combining aspects of, I don't know, Street Fighter Hadoukens, right?
It looked, you know what it looked like? It looked like anime. It looked like an anime just threw up all over this video game. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, that's not a bad way. A ridiculous anime, right? Because we still saw
Yeah.
a dude riding dolphins and doing
Yeah.
weird, wild, wacky stuff on
Like
the beach.
he's literally just riding a bike, and out of nowhere does like some like he's shining like he got a Super Mario star and does this flip and then skids it, and I was like, what? Like who does what? Who does that?
Actually, really interesting quick story about Mario. I recently heard this and I was unaware. The guy who did the voice of Mario
Right.
for 32 years. He does
Right.
Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi.
Yeah.
I didn't know this, but when he went to audition for the voiceover part back, 32 years ago or whatever, He was actually late to the audition. He showed up at the very last minute, and when he went into the audition, he was basically begging them, "Hey, can I just read real quick?" And they ended up letting him. And evidently, all that they were told was, "You're reading for the part of this
Well, plumber, right?
video game character for a game called Mario Brothers, who he is an Italian plumber from New York."
Yeah.
So
I don't know who he's referring to. That guy's an ass.
he's probably referring to the Mario Brothers voice guy.
Oh, okay.
So he goes into this audition, and evidently everyone before him kind of gave the same feel of an Italian New York, like gruffy kind of plumber guy. "Hey, get out of my way! Let me fix your toilet." Right? And he went in with
he confirms. I'm sorry.
Yes. So he went in with a completely different voice, the one that we know today, and
It's me.
and evidently he was the only voice that they sent to Nintendo and say, "This is it. This is the guy."
That's crazy.
So he for the next 32 years was the voice, and except for when we get to
Super Mario. Well, also was he the voice on the Super Mario Brothers Super Show?
he was the voice of Mario in the cartoons, but not the voice of obviously Captain Lou Albano.
Well, of course not. But I'm saying like in
I don't know. I know for a fact he was the voice in every iteration that's been a video game.
Oh, okay. So
I don't know if he did anything with the animated. Obviously he
obviously it wasn't in the live action.
Right. So the only
Chris Pratt is the other one. So
yes, but he did have a voice in the Super Mario Brothers movie where Chris Pratt played Mario.
Oh, nice.
He was Mario and Luigi's father.
Oh, that's right. I did hear about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's my voice.
That's his last line at the end of the film, right?
And that was him. That was him saying goodbye to the franchise, right?
Yep. So again, just I thought it was an interesting story.
Yeah.
So since we deal with voice actors,
yeah,
even if you're the last one, you could still be you.
What a wonderful day for a random drug test.
Well, I hope you drank a lot of water.
Hope you passed. Because otherwise you'd be definitely watching the show from home.
Well, I mean, just because you take the test today doesn't mean they have the results.
Yeah, that's true. 100. It's a beautiful day for a random drug test. Yeah.
Miss Marvel, Emmy winner, outstanding motion design.
Outstanding motion design. Star Wars Visions, Emmy winner for outstanding individual achievement in animation.
Production design, Screecher's Reach.
Oh, is it? Oh, that was the one that won.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was actually a good one too. Emmy Award winner, Star Wars: The Mandalorian, outstanding stunt performance.
And this is great because not only does this come out, but other fantastic news that we got about The Mandalorian.
Yes, baby!
Mando and Grogu are coming to the big screen. In their very own motion picture.
I'm excited. I got to know how.
By Jon Favreau.
Yeah. Dave Filoni will probably be in on that. Catherine Kennedy will be there too. Hopefully she doesn't say anything.
Yeah. Well, she can only screw that thing up, so.
Right.
And I mean, Filoni and Favreau have basically said, "Get out of the way, or we're going to walk." And
he said, "Move, get out the way."
Yes, indeed. And I'll give Kennedy all the credit in the world. She kept that company going and alive while Lucas was deciding to sell. But
yes, Brian does make Visions season 2 was pretty damn amazing. I will give them that. That was a good season.
Yeah, I would agree. I watched them both. Finally, I didn't watch them when they originally came out, but I got around to it. And I would say 2 is significantly better than 1.
Yeah,
like I wouldn't say night and day, but
no,
it is
the story. I think there was the stories were the the animation for him was cleaner. I think the stories were a little bit more intriguing. I think things like that. So this one was great. This one especially was that was a good episode.
So going back to a little bit earlier in the episode tonight, I read to you, what do brothers do all day?
Apparently, brother spilled tea. Well,
So
one brother in particular has been spilling tea.
so evidently Cat hadn't had much to drink. So uh, Club Shay Shay, a show for Shannon Sharp where he brings on other folks to interview. He brought on Cat Williams recently to talk, and it's a long interview. It's a long format interview. It's like
Yeah.
2.5 hours, almost 3 hours.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
But the big news coming out of this thing is Cat Williams destroys Steve Harvey. And I don't know how much of this is true, how much of this is accurate.
Yeah, like so I don't have any. I mean, like I have nothing. I mean, I like Cat Williams. I really like Steve Harvey. And like Steve Harvey definitely is a hardworking brother. Like I will give him that. So again, I don't know how much of this is true. The stuff on all this stuff about Sid, the stuff about some of these other people he talks about, like he talks about Kevin Hart. He talks about oh man, there's I don't remember everybody he talks about in this thing, but he talks about a lot of people. And again, I don't know how much of it is true, but
I'm just wondering, like, if he's starting to go off his rocker, because he's talking about the cabal and the Illuminati, and survey says that brother got game. Okay.
Survey says, yeah. No, I don't know. Like again, I just don't know. Like Cat Williams, I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy his comedy, but this kind of I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know how much of it is true. Some of it I was like, okay, but some of it kind of rubbed me
he
wrong.
flat out said that what Steve Harvey claims to have lived in his car, and I've heard that story from Steve Harvey multiple times, that he's making it up, that's Cat's backstory. That he stole that from him.
That just doesn't. That's like why. I mean, I understand that people make up stories. There's people who have made up stories about their life, but when you hear the same story, but you don't only hear it once, you hear it multiple times, and it's it's told
pretty
consistent the entire way. I just don't understand if nobody,
So here was an interesting thing to me about this segment was Cat Williams talks crap about Steve Harvey, saying Steve Harvey claims he didn't do movies because he didn't want to. Come on, that brother's lying. He goes on this tirade about why if he didn't want to do movies, that doesn't make no sense. Why are you in this business? You didn't do movies because nobody wanted you to do movies. That's what Cat's claiming, right?
Well, yeah.
And then he later, shortly thereafter, claims that they asked him to be the part of the Kings of Comedy on that tour after Cedric was gone, and he didn't want to do it, so he said no.
So you turned down working with a number of legends in black
Bernie
comedy,
and
Bernie and Cedric left, and then but there was DL Hughley and Steve. You turned that down. Sorry.
Yeah. So to me, you just called Steve a liar for saying he didn't do movies because he didn't want to do movies, and by saying that nobody wanted him. But then I didn't do Kings of Comedy because I didn't want to do
maybe because not everybody. And that's the thing. Not everybody wants to do movies. Some people are very content with doing TV because it's just easier in some cases, because especially like with Steve, he had the Steve Harvey show, which he says he stole from D.L. Hughley, or not
No,
D.L. Hughley. He stole from Mark Curry,
mhm.
with Hanging with Mr. Cooper. But at the same time, it's there's very subtle differences. The only thing that's in there is that they're both black men working in high schools.
Mhm.
Because in Hanging with Mr. Cooper, he was the basketball coach and
And a teacher.
and a teacher. Yeah. In this one, he was a teacher. He wasn't a basketball coach. He was a teacher, music teacher. He
Mhm.
was a music teacher, and then and he was, I guess,
Didn't
dating
he
the
become the
principal.
principal or?
I think he became like vice principal or something like that
Mhm.
later on in the season. And then Cedric, that's where we first got, I think for me at least, that's where I first got introduced to Cedric the Entertainer, who was his best friend, who also worked at the school,
Mhm.
who was dating the like, what do you call him? The secretary.
Secretary, huh?
Yeah, I don't even know where that came from.
Freudian
At the
slip.
high school as well. So
I don't know if you haven't had the chance to watch it and you want to be entertained for a moment. I think there's a 9-minute segment which I threw up on, but there's a lot more to this chat where it's kind of
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
whew.
there's points in time where he sounds definitely like he went off his rocker. But uh, Jeff says apparently brothers talk crap too. Yes.
What do brothers do all day? They talk crap.
Yeah, and this is and then Tyra says this is coming from a guy that got beat up by a 17-year-old and was posted on World Star, who also got dragged off stage in San Francisco by Suge Knight because he was too high. Yes, that is also true.
Yeah.
I saw that video and people were pissed.
Talking about more cabal entertainment type news. The first ever Pacific Islander or Filipino American to host the Golden Globes, Joe Coy. Evidently, the big news is that for some reason Taylor Swift didn't laugh at his joke about her. So the joke was the NFL. We're just coming on right after an NFL game. The biggest difference between us is we're not going to have as many cutaways to Taylor Swift, and then they cut to Taylor Swift.
It's great.
And this is the look that they get at the moment. Well, she may not. There are many things, right? She may not have heard the joke. Because anybody will tell you who's actually at these events, unless you're talking directly to them, unless you're saying, "Hey, Taylor," blah blah blah. She was drinking. She was drinking champagne or something in that moment.
Yeah, there's food. There's a lot of conversations going on at these tables. There's a lot going on at the Golden Globes.
So they're not necessarily paying attention to what the host is saying unless they know they're being directly spoken to. And his joke setup did not do that.
Right.
So again, I'm not defending him. I don't give a crap about Taylor Swift either way. I thought the joke was funny because I do think that the NFL is doing a lot of that with Chiefs games where they cut to Taylor throughout the game. So I think his joke was on point. It is accurate. And I guess there is a lot of heat and hate for Joe Coy by the Swifties.
Get out of here, girls.
Which is, again, I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched his opening monologue and stuff because to me, those are the best. Maybe the only, and I thought it was fine. I didn't think he was amazingly hilarious. And he will say, "I'm not a host. I'm a stand-up comic."
Yeah.
And there is a difference to doing stand-up comedy versus hosting an event like this. Yeah. Are there stand-up comics who can do this? Absolutely.
Jimmy Kimmel, prime example.
Jimmy Kimmel's not a stand-up comic, but okay.
Oh, I thought he did. Well, he has a comedy place out here. I thought he did comedy. I mean, I guess his show is funny, but.
I mean, he got his start obviously back on the Man Show, and he had done some comedy, but not really stand-up comedy or sketch comedy originally.
Okay.
Different racket.
Yeah, definitely different racket. All right.
So I don't know. I really can't.
Hey, Swifties, got an idea. Shake it off.
I hate you right now. So it is that time of year, James, where we have to.
It's after Christmas, after Thanksgiving, so that must mean
What comes next?
Super Bowl.
Playoff football time.
Yeah.
So we've got our super wild card weekend set. We've got 6 games this weekend.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
and it's time for us to take a look at these,
Hey, can
make
we
our
all right, can we
predictions.
move that over to the side so I can see everything I missed?
Absolutely. How's that?
Perfect. I like it.
Okay, so you're good there,
Yeah.
or I could do that.
Oh, that works. Oh, I mean, I think if we're doing this is
Okay,
fine.
so you want people to see you. Okay,
Of course.
of course. So we're gonna walk. Oop, hold up.
Good old Daryl.
Oh,
Black History Month is next.
oh, Daryl. So we're gonna walk through.
JDL. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I don't know. Thanks, Brian, for he says, well done, JDL. So, you know.
Right on. So we're going to walk through these one at a time. I've got the seeds, so meaning how they're ranked and everything. So we'll go through these and we'll pick out who we think is going to win. We'll go through the AFC up to a champion, then we'll work our way through the NFC up to a champion, and then we'll make our Super Bowl picks. Okay.
See.
All right. So starting with the seventh ranked Steelers going into Buffalo to play the second ranked Bills. James, what is your pick?
Bills.
I would concur. We've got the Dolphins, Miami, 6th ranked, going into the Chiefs, 3rd ranked.
Which is weird seeing the Chiefs that low. But Mahomes always shows up, but I think I might have to go with the Dolphins, bro.
You are going to go against your Chiefs that you've been so supportive of over the last number of years.
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Dolphins, man.
I would agree and concur. This is weird. So lastly, we've got the 5th ranked Browns going into Tejas to play the Texans.
Real quick, Brian says it was for the Swift joke. So
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Brian. So the Texans versus the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
The Texans ruined everything, so I'm going for the Browns.
Fair enough. I am going to go with the Texans. So we do have a slight deviation there. So either way, we are therefore saying going to play the Ravens for you is you have the Browns, and I have the Texans going to play the Ravens. So based on that game, James, who would you go with?
Baltimore.
I would concur. And then on the next game, we would have the Dolphins
versus the Bills
going into Buffalo.
Wait, oh yeah, they would go into Buffalo? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So seeing as Buffalo absolutely, I mean, they did some work on the Dolphins in their last game. So if that is a predecessor, well, that doesn't actually mean anything. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins again.
Interesting. I am as well.
The Dolphins, yeah.
This is very different than last year.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we would both have the Dolphins
Ravens.
going in.
I'm just saying, you don't have to talk about it. They're going to Baltimore. Yeah, the Ravens.
Okay, and I of course would concur with that. So
Daryl over here is stupid. Go Bears.
Sorry, Daryl.
Maybe next year.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right, so we have the Ravens going to the Super Bowl. Now let's take a look at the NFC. First up, we have the Eagles. who unfortunately went from looking like the number one or
Bruh.
two down to the 5, just
Boop,
getting in
boop,
by, with the wild card.
ba-doo.
So Eagles going into Tampa Bay. Who you got?
Eagles going in Tampa Bay. I'm going with I'm gonna have to go with Tampa Bay because
I think you're insane. The Bucks have the worst record in the playoffs.
I'm
They
just
are
saying.
9-8 and got into the playoffs.
I'm just saying.
So I'm going with the Eagles.
Okay.
Next up, we've got the Los Angeles Rams heading into Detroit, Rock City.
Yeah.
The Lions getting back into the playoffs.
That's right.
Who you going with there? Rams going into.
I'm rocking with them Lions, baby.
Wow. Okay. We are going to have some serious deviation here because I'm going with the Rams.
Okay.
And finally, here's where we can really upset some folks. Either way, we have the Green Bay Packers by the skin of their teeth going into Dallas.
This hurts my heart to even say this. This absolutely hurts my heart to say the Cowboys.
All right. Well, we at least agree on that one. So I agree, and I'm saying the Cowboys are going in. So we have, based on your results, we would have the Bucks
going into SF.
Sorry, this is where we start to deviate. So
Right.
you would have the Bucks going into SF,
Right.
where I would have
The Eagles going there.
No, I would have the Rams. The
Huh?
Rams are the lower seed.
Oh,
And for the Cowboys, you would have the Lions, and I would have the Eagles.
so wait. So, okay. I'm sorry. So in this case, so it would be,
The lowest seed goes to the Niners.
okay. So the Bucks would go.
You picked the 4 seed and the 3 seed. I picked the 5 seed and the 6 seed.
Okay. So so it'd be the Cowboys would go to Detroit, or would
No, the Cowboys would host.
host Detroit?
Yes, because
Okay.
the Cowboys are the 2 seed.
Okay.
So you first up, you have the Bucks going into San Francisco.
Yeah. San Francisco.
So you're going 49ers.
Yeah.
I have the Rams going into San Francisco, and considering they just beat them, and I get what people are going to say, but I'm going with the Rams.
Mm.
Then we have the.
I'm just waiting for Tyrus' response right now.
I'm sure it's coming. You have the Lions heading into Dallas.
Yeah. And I think that's where Dallas's road ends.
So you're going with Lions.
Yeah.
And I have the Eagles going into Dallas. I think this is a pretty good matchup here. And I agree that the Cowboys, they're not there. They're not getting all the way.
They choke.
They're not going to the Super Bowl for sure. So
I
I'd
agree.
rather see their time end here. And
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Eagles.
And they're suffering. And they're suffering early.
Yeah. So
You made it past the first round this year. Ooh, good for you.
So
Yay.
with that in mind, you have the 49ers at home for the AFC Championship
Versus them Lions.
versus them Lions, indeed. And I have, let's see, the Lions are the higher seed. No, the Cowboys. I'm sorry, the Eagles are the lower seed. So the Eagles will be going into Detroit for me.
Mm.
So, for you, Lions.
Wait. Did you say what?
I'm
Say
sorry.
that again. Because you said the Eagles would be going.
I'm sorry. You are right. The Rams would be
Yeah.
going into Detroit. My apologies.
Wait, no, the Rams are going to Detroit already.
You're right. What am I looking at? Hold on. I don't have Detroit at all.
Yeah, you don't have Detroit at all. You have the
Sorry,
Rams.
this spreadsheet. I just
Right.
whipped it up. Give me just a second. Okay, so I said the Rams and I said the Eagles. The higher seed between those two is actually the Eagles by 1 seed. So the Eagles and Rams. All right. So you've got Niners hosting the Lions. Who's going to the Super Bowl?
Oh, Niners.
All right. And I have the Rams going into Philly and that's an interesting matchup. But I got to believe the Eagles are going to go. So for your Super Bowl, you will have the 49ers playing the away side, even though it's neutral ground,
Yeah.
against the Ravens, and
Mhm.
I will have the Eagles against the Ravens. So who are you going with to win the Super Bowl? 49ers, Ravens.
Um, hmm.
Wow.
Sorry. I think I'm gonna have to go with the Niners on this one.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna have to go with the Niners on this one.
Even though the Ravens just stomped a mud hole in them 3 weeks ago, you're going to go with the Niners.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And of course, I have the Eagles going into Baltimore. So, it's neutral ground, but you can guess who I'm going with.
Yeah, of course.
The Baltimore Ravens for the win. And yeah, so
Yeah, if they do win, Lamar Jackson MVP all day.
yeah, I think he's already going to win MVP.
Oh yeah,
Are you talking about Super Bowl MVP?
Super Bowl.
Or?
If they win, he's Super Bowl MVP for sure.
Okay.
If the Niners win, I'm probably going with like somebody like McCaffrey or something.
So these are set. We will look at these every week to see how we did, as well as reorganize as we move along
as needed.
Yeah. But as it stands right now, you've got the Niners winning the Super Bowl, and I've got the Ravens winning the Super Bowl.
That is correct, sir.
Is there any wager or anything you'd like to do this year?
I don't know.
How about if I win, you have to shave your head and your facial hair.
Oh, okay.
All of it.
Okay.
Gone.
Okay.
And you have to nair your chest.
I don't have any hair on my chest.
That's not true.
I have like a couple hairs.
Yeah. I want to make them go away. I don't want to look at that. It's like pubic hair on your chest. It's gross and curly. I want that stuff gone. Or I want you to button up your if I lose,
easy.
I'll shave off my facial hair that I've been growing out.
Yeah, I think that would be. I haven't seen you without facial hair for a minute, so.
So if you are correct, if the 49ers win the Super Bowl,
you will shave.
So we're not saying it's purely only if the 49ers win the Super Bowl.
Right.
I'm going to shave.
I'll
shave off my facial hair.
Right.
If the Ravens win the Super Bowl, regardless of matchup, if the Ravens win the Super Bowl,
I shave my head. Everything.
You go completely hairless to your chest.
All right.
Including eyebrows?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not eyebrows. God,
okay.
No.
All right. So
nah, nobody looks good without eyebrows. Ask Shayna Baszler. Horrible.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone. So we recently announced that we had selected a date and everything for a Panama Canal cruise. So February 16th, 2026.
That is correct.
We will be heading out of Miami on the Norwegian Bliss. NCL, baby.
We've been on that ship.
We like that ship.
That's a nice ship.
It is a nice ship. And I'm looking forward to really actually getting to enjoy being on it. And
because we're going to be on it for a while.
15 days.
15 days.
7 of which are at sea. So there's no ports, there's no stops. Yeah. So it's really just taking in the ship. So I think that'll be nice, especially when we leave Miami at 5 p.m. on a Monday.
Easy.
And we got 2 full days at sea.
Easy.
We get into Cartagena, Colombia on the 4th day. Third day, technically. In the morning. So I think that's going to be. Oh no. So it is. Oh my.
Uh,
It's snowing here,
oh,
and when I got home tonight, it was not. Um,
he said, "Oh no."
yeah, this is very disconcerting. So I'm gonna see how this shows up for y'all. But this is outside my house right now.
Sheesh.
There was zero when I came
Oh,
in. There was
Sky just
zero.
dumped. Sky dumped on you.
Yeah. So that I luckily have snow tires on my car
Of
and
course,
four-wheel
for 4-wheel
drive.
drive. Yeah, so you're good.
So I'll be
Hopefully,
okay if I have to, drive in first thing in the morning. Uh, but that's not that the problem here that I see is that's a lot of shoveling because technically we're supposed to shovel our sidewalks. Uh, so I'm not happy about that.
HOA, get out here.
The HOA does not take care of the
That's what I'm
sidewalks.
saying. HOA, get out here. Do something with this.
So yeah, I
Ugh.
I honestly I had no idea it was snowing, um, because like I said, I got home at 5:30 ish.
You put that snow melt stuff down?
Ice melt.
Ice melt, yeah.
I put it down usually after it snows.
Oh,
Uh, I don't usually put it out in advance because here's the thing: living here, it's so weird. They will say, "Oh, this huge storm is coming,"
and nothing.
and then nothing happens, or it stalls up in the Sierras, and it just stays up there for a day or two before something finally comes.
And then it just
Yeah. Well, and so with this one, they were like, "Oh yeah, it's coming, it's coming," and then nothing was happening today. They were saying it was supposed to start snowing this morning, and nothing. And
apparently
as
we're just a couple hours off. I mean, like when I say a couple, I mean like 14 hours.
yeah, this is not going to be a fun morning for me to scrape everything off of my car.
Ugh.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Remember those days?
Is what is, get through it. But getting back to the cruise,
Leaving from sunny Miami.
yes, leaving out of sunny Miami, Florida, and so we'll leave at 5 p.m. out of Miami. Get out into that open water, rock away for 2 full days at sea.
On the Caribbean.
And what are we going to be doing one of those first 2 days?
Drinking.
Well, yes, but specifically, we will be going to the beer bar.
Yeah, wherever
district
brewery.
brewery.
District brew house. Yeah, and partaking in some tasty adult beverages.
Yes, we will try to do our goal again of drinking every beer that they have, and that's bottle, draft, everything.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, we will
spread that out. We'll spread that out over 2 days, please.
No, because again, we don't necessarily have to drink an entire beer. So that's the thing.
Right.
We were getting a can of beer and splitting it 4 ways.
Yeah.
So, every fourth one was like drinking a whole beer.
Right.
And if we slowed down and took our time and over the course of the entire day,
right, we'll be okay.
It'll be okay.
Yeah.
But yes, I think we have to do that. Anyways, so the whole reason I bring this up is to kind of talk about pricing,
Okay.
because I did some legwork to kind of help people understand the different pricing structures for the rooms, what those look like.
Hey,
and
sorry, just FY. Can you send that to me?
yes, I will,
All
of course.
Cool.
So I'm going to bring up this spreadsheet, and for those of you that don't know, in my daytime, I'm an Excel nerd.
This man likes spreadsheets.
I do. I really do. It's part of what I do for a living.
Spreadsheets make the world go round.
Because this certainly does not pay me enough. So I got to make money elsewhere. And so I've created this spreadsheet, and obviously I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so y'all can see what's really going on here.
Oh, yeah.
So there are multiple tiers of rooms and room types. So we have an inside room. And here's the big important thing that I'm going to show you that is really consistent here. So in these government tax, port exemptions, and fees. These are going to be standard per person. Everyone is going to pay this regardless of what room you're in, regardless of how many people. They're always going to charge for this.
Yeah.
If you have a beverage package, everyone is going to pay this. This is the beverage service package. It's $327 per person,
which is smart to have.
Well, and yeah. So, and if you do the math on that, it's $21.80 a day.
Yeah, and
So-
pretty much.
So you're tipping people $21.80 a day, and you do not have to give additional tips on top of. That's what this is
Nope.
for. So drink all day, get your money's worth because you're going to be paying these service charges.
Go to the Mojito bar.
Oh, and guess what? If you're in our group, the beverage package is included.
Included, baby.
So you're not paying an additional price for a beverage package.
Nope.
Then you have the dinner service charge. So what this is for specialty dining. If you're staying in one of these lower level rooms, which is an inside room or an ocean view room, you're going to get 2 food credits. And what that does is it allows you to eat at one of the specialty dining restaurants with no additional costs.
Wait, I thought it was because it was longer. We got 3.
So that's going to be for balcony and above.
Oh,
Inside room and ocean view still only
I
get
get 2. Okay.
Yeah. And then these prepaid service charges. Now, you don't have to do this. You're going to pay this whether you pay for it up front or you pay for it on the back end.
Yeah.
So I prefer to pay for it up front.
So I ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, it's there. It's done. I don't got to think about it on the back end of my cruise.
Right.
And so it's $300 per person, period. You do the math on that, $15 a day.
I
Tyra
plan to
says-
drink every beer on the menu like we did last time. The Mojito bar too. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I think I'd like to do the whiskey bar as well and do every single whiskey on the menu.
I'm not a huge whiskey fan, but that the screwball whiskey,
Peanut butter screwball whiskey, yes.
Yeah, that was fire.
Yeah, that
Goes
and
down
doing them-
smooth, no weird after. It was just oof.
and then you mix that with Chambord and you got a peanut butter and jelly.
Need to try that.
Yeah, very good. So an inside standard room is going to run you for 2 people. Bear in mind how I've worked this out is 2 people. And this is the deal that they were offering when I built this, and I think there still are, is it they call it half off or second person free.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how this one is working. I'll build it out for the 35% off when they start going back to that and so on and so forth. They flip that back and forth where they say it's 35% off or 70% off for second person, which is the same thing. It's just reworded, sounds nicer.
We worded different.
So anyways, inside room standard is going to run you $5,300. This is pretty much everything that is going to.
Now is that 50? Is that 53? Is that per person?
No, that is total for the room for 2 people. So 5,300 divided by 2 is what, James?
2,000 something.
2650. 2650. So thanks, James.
Not a math guy.
So then we have the next room, which
We've
is
established
also an inside room, but it's for family. So generally in these rooms, you're going to see 3 or 4 people. But you can do an inside room. What was that?
My bottom lip.
What were you spitting though?
Piece of my bottom lip. You know, like the skin that comes off. Bit it off and I said.
Anyways,
don't worry about it.
So an inside room family for 2 people. Brothers don't do math. What do brothers do all day? Not math.
Not math. Unless you're Neil deGrasse Tyson, that guy. He does math a lot.
He does a lot more than math.
He does space math.
Astrophysicist. Inside room family, 2 people, 40. Let's just round. Let's do whole numbers for fun to make it easier for you, James. It's 4,800. So how much is that per person?
That's 2,400.
Thank you. Good. Yes.
Yeah.
So moving on down. Next up, we have the Ocean View Standard. That's going to be 6,600 or
33.
per person, right?
Yeah.
Ocean View Family. So again, usually these are going to be for people with 3 or 4, but you can get it with 2. They would prefer you don't, because it does cost more, and they
Get
really
more
want
people in
those.
that room.
Yeah. So that's $7,000 or
It would be 3,500
per person. Yes.
per person. Yes.
And then we've got a balcony room standard.
Unless you got kids in there that got money, then you can
Yes,
you could have them throw some ends on this.
and so this is where we really start getting into the heart of it, which I feel is the balcony rooms.
Yeah.
Especially for this Panama Canal
Especially
cruise.
for this cruise. Like when I called my dad and I said, "Hey, we're doing this cruise," and he said, "Yes," and which I was kind of surprised by. But actually, I wasn't surprised by it when after I talked to him about it. But he was like, "Yeah, I'd have to have a balcony room," and I was like, "No doubt," because I'm not doing inside on this one. This is the sights just alone.
Oh, for sure. And so here's where I want to break this out a little bit further for y'all. So we have 8,015.84. Okay, so if we do a little bit of math, and I'll make it simple for you, James. Here we go.
Thanks.
Yeah, we'll do a calculator. 80,15.84 divided by 2 people. That's 4,792 per person.
Right.
This is a 15-day cruise. $267 per day.
Yeah.
Show me a hotel in Anaheim.
You're not.
That you could get, and that's just the hotel.
You're not.
That's not food.
Well, no, actually, no. Okay, the hotel I had was cheaper than that, but that's also because I used a government room site.
So a standard balcony room is going to run you $267 a day,
Easy.
where you're going to have all-inclusive food.
Yep.
All-inclusive adult beverages.
Yep.
Access to everything and anything that's on the ship.
That is correct.
Except for the Haven.
Right. But
is what is.
It is.
So where can you go anywhere?
Nowhere.
A resort, anything for $267 a day.
Especially not in the Caribbean or South America or Panama or Mexico or LA or Miami for that matter.
And seeing 8 different beautiful locales.
Exactly. One of which you have to get on another boat to get to the port.
That's right. And again, going through one of the most amazing man-made marvels of all time, the Panama Canal itself.
Listen, if that, I'm just saying, like 8 ports. If that doesn't get you excited to just to be able to go on one vacation and see 8 different places, I mean, just the fact of the matter is that if you did this on its own, flights to wherever you're going, plus then you're gonna have to
hotel in
each of those places, and then you're gonna have to figure out how to get around in those places. Here, we don't have to do that because I mean everything that's there. Where the port is everything is going to be in some sort of distance, and if you're going on an excursion, they have transportation for you there and back, so you don't have to even think about that part. It's my family is mind-boggling to me because they're like, I can't do 15 days, blah blah blah, and I'm like, bro, like it's not even I'm not even looking at it from, yes, I know it's a lot of days on a boat, but the fact of the matter is there's so much to do on the boat. That boat is so huge. And then the fact of the matter is you're going to be seeing 8 different places. Like you're not going to be able to do that on your own. Like like I said, if you go on vacation if you were to plan out a vacation to these spots, you're going to have to get airfare to these places. You're going to have to get a hotel in these places. You're going to have to get transportation and find out what to do in those places. Here, you're on a boat that takes you to these places. You can choose an excursion, or you don't have to choose an excursion. You can just get off the ship and go walk around, and that's free. But you're seeing that you get to be immersed in these cultures that you're not normally going to be exposed to at all.
Hey, one thing that I found interesting about excursions on this cruise:
5 countries, 15 days. Let's go. That's what Tyler says.
Yes. One of the things I found interesting about the excursions on this cruise is they are super cheap compared to Alaska.
Oh, that's nice.
A lot of these are more in the high double digit, meaning less than 100 to $200 range. So,
oh wow,
yeah, they're not $300, $400, $500 for a
Yeah,
lot
because
of these excursions.
those ones were expensive in Alaska for sure.
And being a part of our crew, our group, if you will,
Let's go. Tell them what they get, Mark.
you're going to get an additional $50 per port towards excursions.
Bam.
So if you see an excursion that you're like, ooh, that looks interesting, and it's $75, nope,
only
you're only
paying
paying 25.
If it's 150, you only paying 100.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you're saying like the highest one is like 200, let's go.
Yeah. Anyways, getting back to it, the balcony standard room. Here's where we see that change as well. You didn't respect the bliss, James. It's a ship, not a boat. That's right.
Okay, sorry.
It is a ship, man.
What's the difference between a ship and a boat?
Size.
Oh, okay.
So this dining service charge went up from $19.80 to $27.80. And that is, again, now when you get to the balcony rooms and above, you're going to get 3 food credits.
Oh, yes, right.
So it's charged. So that additional, amount is for
the extra foodie.
Yes.
Got you.
So then we got the balcony family at 80, just a little bit more, $70 more.
Yeah.
Balcony large, which
and
is
these
nice.
rooms are a little bit bigger, right? Like the
Slightly,
family rooms,
yeah,
are a little bit bigger.
Yeah, but again, they like to try and get
4
3 or
people
more in those.
Yeah, right.
The balcony large, which is nice, has a nice large balcony, is about $500 more than a regular balcony. So that's the difference there.
Yeah.
Get a bigger balcony, slightly bigger room, $500.
Yeah, not bad.
Balcony aft facing. So for those of you that don't know what that is, it's at the very back of the ship. It is where you're just looking off in the distance.
You get to see
where you've been. Yes.
It doesn't matter. It was in the past.
Yeah. So it's nice because as anyone should know, the back of the ship is where you're going to feel the ship movement the least. And so these are at the very back, facing straight off into the distance.
Lose thought in
it is so right now. That is what I'm booked for, is a balcony aft facing. That might change, but that's where I'm at right now. And that's going to run you $96.75 per person. I'm sorry, total. which is how much, James?
How much did you say?
$96.75.84.
What's that?
48.37.92. That's okay. Let's move on.
I was saying 40 something, but
okay. Club balcony suite. Now, here's the interesting thing about club balcony. These are on the higher decks. They have larger balconies, but that's really the only additional benefit. There is nothing super special about them, frankly, aside from being a little bit bigger on a higher deck. Again, on a higher deck, you're going to have better views, and you're going to have less going on above you that could be keeping you up at night, let's say.
Party.
Yeah. So club balcony suite is actually cheaper than an aft facing balcony. Just bear that in mind. Okay.
Interesting.
So club balcony suite is $91.15.84, or roughly, James.
Oh, was that?
Let's just call it $45.50. Okay.
40. Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
Next up, we got the club balcony with a large balcony. That's going to be $96.15. $96.15.
So, like 40, 43.
48, but that,
Oh,
okay.
Wait.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't looking. 16, my bad.
Then we have club balcony suite, which is family. So again, it's cheaper than a large balcony, but they do want to get 3 or 4 people in there.
Right.
Now is where we move into how shall we say first class, the creme de la creme. And you'll see these
expensive as.
I gotta expand so we can actually see these amounts, because now we go to 5 digits. So in the Haven, and to be clear, just so folks understand,
yeah,
the Haven at minimum is twice as much as the next closest room.
Right.
There is a reason for that.
There is an absolute reason for that.
Having stayed in the Haven, you get access to the Haven Bar, which is its own exclusive bar with specialty drinks, exclusive bartenders who are just there for you. It's amazing. You have your own personal concierge who their job is to take care of you throughout this cruise, get you booked for things, get you tables reserved, do whatever you need. And being a part of the Haven, you get first at everything.
That is good.
You're going to get access to the Haven restaurant. James, tell them about the Haven restaurant.
Fire. Absolute fire.
Haven restaurant, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. As many entrees, as many desserts, as many whatever as you want. Amazing service, amazing views. The Haven restaurant also has its own balcony lounge area, so you can eat inside or outside. And I imagine on this cruise, on the eat outside a lot.
Yeah.
If we do the Haven, which we have not decided that we are, but I'm pushing for it. So I'm waiting for the text or for Jenny to say something. But what else you get with a Haven? You get your own observation lounge. Yeah. So on the Bliss, there's a beautiful observation lounge at the front of the ship, just below the captain's bridge, if you will.
It's just a panoramic view of everything.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, however, it's absolutely beautiful.
Just below that.
Oh, you're talking about the Haven Observation Lounge?
Is the Haven Observation Lounge.
Just above it, right?
Yes, you're correct. Yeah. Just above it is the Haven Observation Lounge.
Yep.
Which is exclusive to just Haven guests.
That's right.
It is just as big as the Observation Lounge for the Muggles, the normies, if you will.
Normies. Muggles.
But in there is food and beverages aplenty. There are people in there that will take care of you.
Now, mind you, in the other observation, there is food, there are bars,
but it's not as good a food. I guarantee you, there wasn't prosciutto in the regular observation lounge.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, just an example. So, anyways,
prosciutto.
The Haven Observation Lounge is amazing, and also the Haven has its own exclusive outdoor hot tubs as well as its own at the front of the ship, top front of the ship, seating area with loungers and what are those called? Not cabanas.
Yeah.
Just amazing. That's where we were at, me and Jenny, watching icebergs sink into the water.
Fall off into the water.
Glaciers
Just fall off into the water and make lots of noise and splashing.
So additionally, if you're a part of the Haven, you're going to get priority embarkation, disembarkation, which means you get on the ship first, you get off the ship first, or quickly.
and it on de-embarkation, whatever that, no, not embarkation day, whatever you call that thing. You get the Haven Lounge at the port.
At the port, yep.
Yeah.
Where there's food and drinks, and just you get to hang out and wait until they say, "Oh, it's time to bring you on the ship."
Time to go, people. Let's go.
So I can't say enough about the Haven. I mean, I just really can't. I could go on. There is a reason it is so expensive. Oh, I left off a major piece. You have your own butler.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Not only do you have
if you can find them.
Not only do you have a person who's going to take care of your room and fix your beddings daily and all that.
Hey, what kind of pillows do you want? Oh, and what kind of
that's right. There's a pillow menu.
Yeah, what kind of towel? What was towels? Or
robes, towels.
Yeah.
How
you like your bed? Like, how you like that?
When would you like turn down service?
Yeah.
Would you like me to draw you a bubble bath?
Bro, would you like me to draw you a bubble bath that's out of pocket?
Also, being a part of the Haven, you have a table and chairs in your room.
Oh yeah, that white
butler.
That white tablecloth, baby.
Will bring a white tablecloth and serve you food from the Haven restaurant in your room.
In the room.
And you can set it up to where, you know what, daily for breakfast, this is what time I want my breakfast, and this is what I want. And the butler will just be
What?
there. Oh yeah.
Oh, snap, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah. So they're
Well, now that will they actually be there, or do you have to actually try and find this fool again?
if you establish it up front and say what you want to do and stuff, they will.
Okay.
If you're trying to just call the morning of and be like, "Hey, I want this," it'll happen, but it might not happen as quickly as if you just got up and walked over to the Haven restaurant.
Yeah. So you just be like, hey, so before you leave, hey, I want to make sure breakfast on this day.
Hmm.
I want, lobster tail and eggs.
Oh, and additionally, the Haven, I left off that the Haven has its own little lap pool as well as its own jacuzzi indoors and its own lounge indoors.
jacuzzi.
However, the lounge that's indoors, I don't know if you knew this, but inside that area that you've seen the pictures of,
Mhm.
the roof
Mhm.
actually can retract and
Oh,
open up. So if it's a nice day out, depending on where we are in the world,
yeah.
likely where we're going, that roof will be open.
Well, I'll be damned.
Yeah. So again, when you see these prices, there is a reason.
Yeah.
Just to make that abundantly clear.
100%.
So a Haven Penthouse Suite is what they call it now. It used to be known as a Haven Spa Suite. The reason it's no longer a spa suite is because the spa is not included with this room anymore. It's a little disappointing. So you can get a spa pass separately. Of course, it's an additional cost.
Yeah.
But
And the massages are a separate cost than the
as
spa.
well,
Okay.
correct. But you don't have to have a spa pass to get a massage.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So the Haven Penthouse Suite, the really nice thing about this room, which is the one that we stayed in, is that it has its own jacuzzi tub
Mm-hmm.
in the room, looking right out through a window. So it's amazingly nice. You can have that butler draw you a bubble bath, sit in there and relax while you're watching the world go by. It's it's lovely. It is an experience. So a Haven Penthouse Suite, again, this is the cheapest option for the Haven to get everything that I kind of just talked about, plus everything else on the ship. And for two people, that's going to run $18,215 or approximately $9,100 a piece. So when you think about that, that's two people in a club balcony suite, right? But in that club balcony suite, you are not getting all those perks, all those benefits. Those additional areas of the ship will be available to you that aren't available to anyone else. The Haven is really a ship within a ship, almost. And that is how they describe it as well. Moving on, we've got the Haven forward-facing penthouse. So these are at the pretty much front of the ship at those higher levels, decks, I think 16, 17, 18, near the top of the ship. And they are forward-facing, meaning the balconies that they have are facing towards the bow or the front of the ship. And that's going to run for two people, $20,000 or about $10,000 a person. Haven Courtyard Penthouse. These are nice. They're within the Haven proper.
Are these ones facing over that pool area?
So they don't face over the pool area. So what actually happens, and I can pull up the image later, is the rooms actually have balconies.
I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because I'm not staying there, but
you could. It's a choice. You could. You got 25 months to save.
Yeah.
25 months to save 10 grand.
Yeah, I know. But
how much do you got to save to do that?
10 grand?
In 25 months. Do you know the amount? No. $400 a month.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So it's not nothing. I'm not trying to pretend. I'm just saying, if you can save $400 a month, you could do the Haven.
Yeah.
Or if you could take a line of credit for $10,000, you could do that too. You're just paying it off a lot longer.
I would like to pay for a cruise.
Yeah. So the Haven penthouse, the Haven Courtyard penthouses, when you come out through the door of your room, you're in a little hallway that is also on the other side of the hallway is just windows. So that's what looks like it's the room looking out over the pool area, but it's not.
Okay.
So they have their own balconies. Next up, we have the Haven aft-facing penthouse. This is where I think I really would like to be. Is in a aft-facing penthouse because these are on the corners ends of the stern or the back of the ship, on either the farthest possible port or farthest possible starboard rooms. They're massive.
Are those the 2-story ones?
No, there are no
Oh.
2-story rooms on this ship.
Oh, I thought there was one. Or is that another ship we're looking at? The one that had like the
slide and
staircase and stuff?
Yeah, that's other ships.
Oh,
that's
okay.
Or that's other cruise lines, I should say.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's.
And then there's the Haven aft-facing penthouse, large. Square footage is a little bit more, and the balcony is massive.
Okay.
So this is going to, and there's only a $200 difference here between the regular versus the larger. To me, if it's only $200 difference, I'm going to get that large balcony, which is, again, at a higher deck.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Haven 2-bedroom, which is great if it can do up to 4 people in the room. If you've got 2 couples, this is a fantastic option. If you've got, a couple and 2 single friends or, whatever, because what this room actually has is 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and kind of a lounge area or a living room area. So you could have 3 people, let's say 3 single people, splitting this as well. 1 person with the bedroom, 1 person with a bedroom, and 1 person with a living room. There are so many options, but these rooms can do up to 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's a couple comments that we missed along the way.
Debbie DeMello checking in. We only travel in the Haven anymore. 2 bedrooms. Have you been on the Prima yet? Did that in April and doing Viva in June. Have not done either of those ships. So I'd love to have a conversation about the Haven on those ships, because what they've done is they've actually taken the Haven from the front, as they did on the Bliss and other ships, and they've moved it to the back and made those rooms priority Haven, which I think is smart.
Tyrus says, finally done with the tests, going back to work now.
That is a long urine test.
That is. And then Brian says, man, I wish if I was a rich man. I would get you on that.
Brian, you don't got to be rich to go on this cruise. You do got to be rich to do the Haven.
And
you don't have to be rich to do the Haven. I'm not rich. Corner aft penthouses have a second bathroom. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And James, we've talked about doing a Haven aft bedroom where, because there is the bedroom, the master, with its own bathroom, and then there is the living room, if you will, which has a couch that can become a bed.
Yeah.
With its own bathroom with a shower.
Right.
We've talked about that as an option that people can also consider. I think it's a great option. There's plenty of storage in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the Haven 2 bedrooms. So the difference between a regular and a large balcony is $500.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going big, you might as well, right? And so again, 2 people here, you're looking at around $11,700, $11,500, depending.
Yeah.
So now we get to the Big Daddy, and this one, frankly, doesn't make sense for 2 people. Neither does the 2-bedroom. It doesn't make sense for 2 people, but I just wanted to be consistent. Pricing at 2 people. Haven Deluxe Owner. This thing, as I told you earlier, it's basically the size of a small house. It's about 1,450 square feet, give or take.
It's about 10,000 square feet smaller than my house.
10,000 square feet.
I mean, but you say how much? How many feet? What was it?
I believe it is specifically 1,415 square feet.
No, because mine is like 25 or something like that.
Your house is 2,500 square feet. I don't think I believe that. Considering you've been to my house, and my house is 2,850, 2,900, your house is nowhere close to that.
You're right.
I think your house is probably more around. I would say 15.
Making stuff up.
Yeah, you are. And I can go look at the Clark County Assessor's Office to see if you need me to. I'm thinking your place is around 15. So this Haven Deluxe Owner is the same size probably as your place, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
Now we tack on the balcony, And it's actually larger because the balcony on this thing is around 450 more square feet.
Oh, I need to go in here.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I was gonna go look something.
So if you combine the square footage of the Haven Deluxe owner inside plus the outside, it's closer to 1,900 square feet, which is larger than your home.
Right.
So massive, huge. One of the other cool things about the Haven Deluxe owner that is on top of everything else that we've laid out is you actually also get, I believe it's 4 bottles of alcohol in the room that if you finish, they'll replace it.
Champagne.
No. I'm talking about Jack Daniels. I'm talking about actual bottles of liquor.
Liquor.
Yeah, hardly. So.
Oh, actually, it's larger than my house.
Okay. Did you just look up your square footage?
Yeah.
What is your square footage?
12.
Oh, okay. So yes, this is just on its own without the balcony, larger than your house.
Yeah.
So this thing has 2 bedrooms, a huge living room area. We were looking at the floor plan earlier.
Yeah.
Massive.
That one bedroom, I mean, like that window's almost like it feels like too close to the bed.
I don't disagree. It is a pretty narrow space between the end of the bed and that window, but it's also nice because you wake up and if your window's open, getting to look out right onto the ocean or wherever you are in the world.
Sitting on top of the world.
Oh, I left out. That room, the master bedroom, has its own side balcony.
Oh, yeah.
Private, exclusive, smaller, but it has its own side balcony.
Plus, private hot tub.
See? I don't even know everything about this dang room.
If I were a rich man.
Anyways, Haven Deluxe owner, $41,500 for 2 people, or approximately $21,000 per person.
And then if you add like 2 more people in there.
So if you add 2 more people, some of these things are going to stay consistent, right? So we can do this roughly, right? By give me just a moment. This is going to go away. We're going to go ahead and add a 3rd, 4th person. And usually 3rd and 4th people don't have a guest fare. And if they do, it's usually pretty small. So let's just say it's nothing. And now we are going to add up our total here. And we come to 43,833. And this is the difference, right? So now you're taking that, splitting it 4 ways. It goes from that $20,000 amount we just talked about with 2 people to 11,000 per person. So and again, this room can go up to 6 people. So if you've got 6 grown adults that don't really care, like we just want to ball out, right? You could add on 5 and 6, take all of it, boom, boom, divide that thing 6 ways.
Sheesh.
$7,700 per person.
Sheesh.
So now you're getting the Haven, you're getting that room, you're getting everything.
Everything.
For cheaper than a Haven penthouse per person at around $9,000. Just slightly more than a club balcony suite per person to get all of that Haven loveliness.
All of that Haven.
So, like I said, I can't say enough about the Haven.
Apparently Debbie can't either.
Yeah, so
maybe when we talk about the cruise again, we need to get you on the show, and you can talk about your experiences in the Haven.
Yeah, we should plan to get Debbie to come on and
that'd be awesome because I haven't seen Debbie in a long time.
Especially if Debbie's going to try and plan to be a part of this cruise with us.
Oh yeah, but she's going on. Wait, I mean, yeah, are you? Because you say you're going in April, and you're going. Oh, you did that in April, and you're doing that in June. So you'll have time to do this cruise too.
Yeah, because it's in 26.
And actually, that would be a lot of fun to have you on that cruise too. I'm not gonna lie, because I haven't seen you or Lou in a long time.
Yeah, so 2026, February 16th to March 3rd. If you are interested, let us know. We can hook you up with
Yeah.
our group cruise consultant. Get that additional 15% off.
Yeah.
Well, if you're staying in the Haven, you don't get it.
Nah. But you live in.
You do get the $100 of onboard ship credit for being a part
true.
of the group and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
You don't really need the food credits because actually, I guess you'd still get the food credits, but you could eat at the Haven restaurant. So
I mean, I'm gonna. So if we do the Haven, and we did the Haven, right?
Yeah.
We still used our food credits,
of course,
right?
still use them.
I went to Cagney Steakhouse. I
Yeah.
went to
Delicioso.
Teppanyaki with you. And my
Delicioso.
wife and I, we did an extra food credit, and we went
Yeah.
to
Le Petit.
Le Bistro, which
Le
was
Bistro, yeah.
the French restaurant. I can't speak enough about on that one either. Like, for sure, I'm going back there.
All right.
So yeah. Again, we're going to talk about this cruise a lot over the next 2 years.
I'm going to tell you right now, though. One of the best things for me was being able to go to the pub, the pub. It's
24-hour eatery.
Bro, it was like, I'm telling you, like after you've been drinking at night, maybe, depending on what, like we were going to the the club, dancing, having a good time. And afterwards, you're hot. Yeah, you're hungry, and it's basically like a club when you go out in the city or whatever. You're tired, you're hungry, just want to eat something, and boom, just go upstairs, bam, hit that restaurant real quick, sit down,
get some greasiness in you.
Exactly, get some food in you, and then
head off back to the room and take a nap.
Exactly. Because damn right, tomorrow morning about to do it again.
Yeah, I only ate in the pub twice. And that was because both times were for lunch, and only because the time that we were looking to eat, the Haven was closed. The Haven restaurant hadn't opened yet.
That is correct, Iris. That pub is a lifesaver.
And I was not impressed with the pub. I was very disappointed by the service we received.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Like the service is garbage, but but like when you're just like when you're hungry, and you don't mind, you don't go super hungry because you're gonna wait a little bit. But like, because I remember one day I got up there, it was super packed. I was sitting at the rail, so I cut because there was a show going on down in the
atrium.
Yeah, there was a show going on down there, so I was watching that from upstairs. And I just wanted to order some food, so it took a while for a server to get to me, and then I almost had to wave one down because I wasn't getting service. So I mean, don't get me wrong, like it's not great service, the food is not great, but like when you just want something to eat and you don't want to go to the cafe, you don't want to go to the buffet, or something's going on in the atrium you want to watch, it's a nice little spot. Plus there's a bar up there, good drinks, all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Now I got to ask you, James, did you happen to notice that one of the new things that they're offering that they weren't previously, this time I won't get sick and we'll see. Yeah, I call BS. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then also he says teppanyaki surface was trash. Yes, okay, agreed.
The cook
was amazing. The server that we had, the server was garbage. Yeah. Like absolute garbage. Like we didn't get drinks until like half. It was like we
never got asked if we wanted another drink.
I mean, I think we got drinks like he took our drink order at the beginning, and I don't think we got those for like another like 15-20 minutes. Food was already being cooked at that point in time. We still hadn't got drinks.
Desserts we basically got up and started walking out. Did we even get the desserts? I don't even think we did.
I don't think we did.
I think we just said screw it.
Yeah, we were just like forget it, because like we ordered the desserts early. We ordered the desserts like when we ordered our meal basically, and all he had to do was have those prepared when the meal was getting close to being done. And it's a wide open spot.
We keep our key cards for a long time?
We kept them for a very long time.
Where is our card? We can't leave without that thing.
Yeah, and so like just in that particular, I don't know, we didn't get his name or anything, but yeah,
garbage.
That was awful.
Muff cabbage.
That was but the cook we had, the guy was amazing, like
entertaining,
very entertaining, very engaging. And so, like, but that's what those guys do.
I would not go back to teppanyaki.
No,
For a food credit, it wasn't worth it to me.
No, I mean, especially because
and I didn't use a
teppanyaki is always like packed. Like you're getting random times, random days. So it's not.
And I didn't use one of my food credits for there. I just paid for that out of my pocket.
Oh, okay.
Because I knew that we were going to do the French restaurant, which is going to be more expensive. Teppanyaki is kind of cheap for what it is.
Right. So I mean, like for me, next time, like I said, I don't have to. I've done teppanyaki. And one of the reasons because I think I did that was because I'd never been to teppanyaki, at least like as an adult. I think I went as a child and I don't remember. So yeah, so I did that and I was good. So next time I'm definitely going to the barbecue spot for sure. And then definitely got to go back to, I think I want to go back to Cagney's. And then depending on, I might have to check this French restaurant out you're talking about, or
you've got to do the French restaurant.
There's also that Mexican restaurant which we didn't get to try last time, so kind of up in the air.
Something else I have to call out that before Debbie beats me to the punch, and don't pull up any quotes from her for the next couple of minutes because I want to get this first. So something that was just announced very recently, and I'm bringing this up on the side, so give me just a moment while I
no
get
worries,
this.
I see you.
So something that was just announced is that they have updated the page. Okay, I was wondering if they would.
This just in.
It is not what you're wanting, James. I apologize, just to warn you. However, it is this. The American Diner on the Norwegian Bliss is no longer a food credit. It is now a part of included items.
Yes.
So this is fleet wide on the Bliss. I'm sorry, not on the Bliss, and NCL. Yes. The American Diner is no longer, and you. I don't know if you could see it, but every time I walk by that restaurant, it was empty.
Empty.
Nobody wants to go to the American Diner. I can go get a burger and fries anywhere.
No, I'm not going there because it was like, bro, I have to use a food credit, and I'm just getting simple stuff. Nah, bro.
So the American Diner is now complimentary. It is an additional restaurant that you're going to get for free.
Oh yeah.
However, they did modify the menu, so it's not you're not going to be able to get the lobster roll. Okay, that's not going to be.
They even have that.
Yeah, that's not an item you're going to be able to get anymore.
Whatever.
So let's take a look at this new menu.
Yeah, let's take a look at it.
And this is new. This is as of this year, as of just a couple days ago.
So you're telling me right now I'm gonna have? I'm bringing Lactaid regardless, but I'm definitely going to bring Lactaid on this day.
So
is that additional?
They are an additional cost. So if you want to get a shake, it's $7.
Whatever.
Appetizers: smoked fish dip, cream cheese, Tabasco, Worcestershire sauce, paprika, pickled vegetables, corn tortilla chips.
Maybe.
Cheese nachos, corn tortilla chips, jalapenos, pico de gallo, cheddar cheese sauce. White bean chicken chili, shredded chicken, navy beans, green chilies, cumin, cilantro, lime.
Cumin.
Caesar salad.
Don't need to read that.
Grecian salad.
Don't need to read that.
Handheld, served with a side salad or French fries. Pulled pork sliders, tangy coleslaw, sweet Hawaiian rolls. Chicken salad sandwich, diced chicken, Dijon herb mayonnaise, bacon, lettuce, tomato, multigrain bread.
Ooh-wee.
Tavern battered fish sandwich, battered cod, tartar sauce, tangy coleslaw, sesame seed bun. Cheeseburger, American cheese, shredded lettuce, tomato, red onion, sesame seed. Wrangler burger, cheddar cheese, sauteed onions, bacon, barbecue sauce, jalapeno, sesame seed bun. Specialties, spaghetti and meatballs.
Okay.
Homemade Italian meatballs, pomodoro sauce, Parmesan cheese, fresh basil, chicken pot pie casserole.
Oh, okay.
Creamy chicken and vegetables, biscuits.
Biscuit.
Luncheon asado, Cuban roast pork, plantains. Ooh. White rice, black beans.
That's fancy.
Homemade meatloaf, roasted corn, mashed taters, barbecue sauce.
Do anything for love.
Oh, he did, man.
I know. That's a rest in peace, meatloaf.
Desserts, bread pudding, caramel whiskey sauce, carrot and walnut cake, cream cheese icing, chocolate mousse, strawberry coolins, graham crumble. So this is the new menu for the American Diner.
Hey,
which is now another additional restaurant
Way to go, American Diner.
that is included complimentary
James likes
on
that idea.
on the Bliss.
Because I would have loved to go there, but I'm like, no.
I'm not wasting a food credit on it.
No.
And I really wanted to go because I really wanted a milkshake because I heard they're really good and they're big. So that $7 for a milkshake, I might still do. Yeah, so and that's why I wanted to look over here on the side before I just pulled it up.
Yeah,
to
that's
confirm.
because the place he was referring to, he was telling me because we talked about it on the Bliss page. They had the Brazilian steakhouse, but that don't
which
exist.
is not on the Bliss.
That don't exist on the Bliss.
No, they have Cagney's Steakhouse.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I would actually. You could take Cagney's if you gave me that steak.
I would rather have the Brazilian Steakhouse. I was honestly, so I'm going to be frank here. I'll be Mark as well, but I was disappointed with Cagney's. That's where we went for my birthday, my 40th birthday dinner.
Yeah,
got the tomahawk steak.
Delicious. Oh, his wasn't great. Mine was awesome.
Not so much. I was very disappointed with that restaurant. I did not feel like the service was excellent. I thought it was fine. I did not feel that the food was.
The weird part was the way that you got the sides. It was like in ramekins. It was weird. Like just give me the baked potato on a plate or something. Like don't put it in this weird container that I got to try and eat it out of.
Personally, I would not do Cagney's again.
Oh, I enjoyed Cagney's. Like my experience was fine. So honestly, you know what though? Actually, since I've already done Cagney's, I could do the Mexican restaurant instead.
Or you could do Ocean Blue, the seafood restaurant.
Huh?
Ocean Blue. Let's take a look at the sample menu. So first they start off with some wines.
Yeah.
Moving down, appetizers, jumbo shrimp. And remember, with the food credit, you get an appetizer, a soup, a salad, an entree, and a dessert.
Right.
So jumbo shrimp trio, ahi tuna and avocado tower, crab cake, blazing shrimp, pan-seared scallops. So those are your appetizers. Soups and salads, clam chowder, of course. Gumbo.
Oh, nice.
Gumbo, iceberg wedge, roasted beets. From the land. So some of these do have additional costs depending on what you're going to do. So surf and turf for an additional $25 get you an 8-ounce fillet and a lobster tail. Or if you're paying a la carte, then it's $58. 8-ounce fillet roasted brick chicken. It sounds like something you'd like. Jalapeno cilantro chimichurri.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would waste a food credit on that.
I wouldn't.
Roasted cauliflower steak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, for that, I'm getting that. I would get that surf and turf pretty much. I mean,
yeah, I'd pay the extra $25 for the surf and turf, I think.
Yeah.
And here's where you really see what the cost is. Add a broiled lobster tail to any entree, $25.
Yeah.
So that's really what you're paying for.
Yeah.
Add a shrimp skewer to any entree, $15.
Jeez, it's expensive, sure.
Seafood specialties. So again, another $25 supplemental if you're using a food package. So cold water lobster, 1.5 pounds, steamed or grilled with drawn butter. So a whole lobster.
It's almost too much work.
Yeah, if it was, I agree. I'd rather have 1.5 pounds of king crab legs.
It's just like the lobster is just. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like lobster is good. Lobster is not. But it's just there's so much waste to a lobster.
I don't agree. For me, the only things I really like on a lobster are the claws and the tail. Otherwise, I don't feel like it's worth it.
Oh, you don't dig the head?
No.
Yeah, no. Me neither. Really, it was kind of like okay, it's here.
So seafood linguine, shellfish cream sauce, shrimp, calamari, mussels, scallops, mushrooms.
That actually don't sound bad.
Arugula, chipopino. Lobster, shrimp, scallops, clams, mussels, tomato, lobster broth, rustic baguette.
Is that's a soup, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fisherman's platter. Don't waste your money, please. Don't waste your food credit on fried or grilled catch of the day, shrimp, calamari, scallops, French fries, coleslaw, remoulade. Please don't. Don't waste your food credit on that. Beer battered fish and chips. Again, please don't. Don't waste your food credit on that.
I can get a crappier version.
And it's still good from the pub.
Yeah.
Alaskan cod, French fries, coleslaw. Please don't. Simply grilled fish served with roasted Provencal tomato, lemon, and your choice of signature sauce, served with 2 sides: salmon, tuna, cod, black sea bass. The sauces:
What about the Chilean sea bass?
Maitre d' butter, white wine lemon butter, tartar sauce, mango peach chutney, and chimichurri. The sides, so again, some of these come with sides, some of these don't. French fries, jasmine rice, potatoes au rotten, house-made coleslaw, seasonal vegetable medley, and steamed asparagus with hollandaise sauce. That's interesting.
So you get that. So up there, you get the fish. You
Fish
get one
and
of
2
those.
sides.
So you get the fish and then 2 of those sides.
Mhm.
All right.
Desserts: Valrhona dark chocolate mousse cake, vanilla cheesecake in a jar, French apple tart a la
What the hell does that even
mode.
mean?
Huh?
So what the hell does that even mean?
In a jar. It's literally like all of this vanilla cheesecake with raspberry compote and graham crackers in a jar, and you eat it out of the jar instead of
Interesting.
in cake.
Very
Uh,
interesting.
Key lime meringue and house-made sorbets. So, do we have any other comments, James, that you are not pulling up just to make sure?
No, we haven't had any more.
Okay. So, yes, the Ocean Blue is a restaurant that I will probably check out.
Yeah, that sounds like it might be good.
Again, Le Bistro, for sure. I will be going back there. And the other one I'm thinking that I might want to check out is La Cucina, the Italian restaurant.
I'm forgetting all these. Yeah, man.
We'll have to, as we get closer, we'll have to do a deep dive episode on all of the different restaurants.
On the restaurants.
All the menus and walk through them with terrible accents and yes. So,
that old from all that Keenan.
I hate you. So what else you got going on, James? Anything fun or exciting to share with the folks at home? The thousands watching right now?
No, not really, man. Like I said, today we went to this place called Captain Six, which was a Korean barbecue spot. It's pretty darn good. Not gonna lie, it was pretty darn good. I enjoyed it. But yeah, I'm still pretty much full from earlier today. We had we had two steaks. We had a tomahawk that we split. We had between this is all between the two of us.
Hold on. Korean barbecue restaurant that did tomahawks?
Yeah. I mean, this was a smaller tomahawk. This wasn't a huge tomahawk. This was a smaller tomahawk, but yeah.
And it was included
with the all you can eat, all meat one.
I've never seen one that does tomahawks.
Yeah, you get
not an additional price or something.
No, this one was included. The price was a little bit more, but you got one. But there's only one per table. It wasn't like one per person.
Okay, so you couldn't get like 5 tomahawks.
No, you can only get one. It literally says one per table on the menu.
But you can get 5 orders of brisket or
yeah. We because like we went through like 6 short ribs. We had
and you cooked them yourself?
Yeah. Actually, my boy Alan did. I was like, "You cooking, bro?" But yeah, we had I don't even know that we had this stuff called KFC, which is it's like these little chicken pieces, which are amazing. They had fried chicken pieces. We had it was called the shit, which is I don't even know what it is, but it's basically I think it's like crab meat or something inside, and the sauce is they are definitely delicious. We had spring egg rolls. We had and then we did, what else did we do on there? We had seaweed salad, rice, like all the little sides. So yeah, we went through quite a bit. We went through like 4 spicy pork bellies and like 2 regular pork bellies, and yeah, we did a lot of food today, so it was really good. And I definitely, it's so weird because like we go to this place and it's where it's located. It's in like Chinatown, and there are about on your way to this place, you pass about like I feel like 7 other all you can eat Korean barbecue spots.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's so I mean there's a lot of like on my way there I was noticing I was like, man, there's a lot of Korean barbecue places over here. So, but like I said, it was really good. I
So
mean, I definitely would recommend it.
I do have a question. If Debbie is still out there, if she can answer, because you and I, this was our first cruise on NCL,
Mhm.
right? And we
Was this
signed
your
up
first cruise ever?
uh, on a major cruise line. Yes,
Okay,
remember I was a Sea Scout as a kid, so
right,
I went on many cruises.
on
But
a boat.
very no, it was a ship. Thank you. The SSS Griffin was a ship,
No,
more than 100 feet. So. Um, the latitude rewards we signed up for, we became members of. I believe you have 7 points on of latitude rewards, so you are bronze, and you need 20 to move up to silver. I have 14 points because I stayed in the Haven, which gets you double points. So I'm 6 points away from silver, which should mean that on the sixth day of this cruise,
oh, it's per day.
I would move. Yeah, I would move from bronze to silver. You would on the back end of the cruise, you would hit it near the end of the cruise. What I'm wondering, maybe Debbie can answer this if she's still there. If you change tiers mid cruise, do the perks and benefits that come along with that tier activate that day, or does it
Hmm.
not take effect until the next cruise?
Uh, you know what? Even if I don't know if Debbie is still here, if you could answer that question, that'd be awesome. I think that can't you call Terry about that, bro?
Yeah, yeah, I could.
But if you know somebody else is out there that knows the answer,
Yeah, and I try. So again, we have our own group cruise consultant. His name's
try and
Terry
call when absolutely necessary.
Terry Svolto. I try not to call him for this kind of knucklehead stuff that I feel like, and now I'm on, and I'll just share what I'm showing. Uh, so this is the where it really breaks down based on what tier you are, your tier benefits, what you get, right? So bronze, you can see, which is what you and I both are. Uh, there's some stuff here, right? Free artwork for attending art auctions. I think everybody gets that, whether they sign up for Latitudes or not. But discounts. This one I didn't know before. 10% discount on duty free shops.
Oh,
So on top of great prices for watches and alcohol and stuff, you also get 10% off. So that's good to know. And then there's all these other things. Signature tier pin. I don't know what that means.
yeah.
Key card recognition. I know that on your card it will show bronze or silver or whatever level you are. Unless you're staying in the Haven, then you're going to get a Haven card.
Yeah.
So on and so forth. And then as you move up the progress, silver to gold to platinum, sapphire, diamond, ambassador, you're going to get additional perks, benefits along the way, or increased perks or benefits along the way. So discounts on photos come in at silver and go from 20% up to 30% at the higher levels. Discounts in the duty free shops go from 10 to 15 when you get to silver, and that's where it caps.
No.
But then you get these other things down here, internet package discounts. This one, when you get to that top level, complimentary 7-day cruise. But yeah, that's not easy to get to. That's 700 points.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of days.
That's a lot. That's a lot of cruising.
Yeah.
So again, it says, how do I earn rewards points? This is important to know, James, because it's not just a Haven can get you extra points. Earn 1 point for every cruise night. Earn 1 additional point if you stay in the Haven or a suite. So it's not just the Haven. And earn 1 additional point if you book an Latitudes Insider offer. So you get those emails, probably once a month or whatever, where they're like, hey, here's some exclusive deals coming up for Latitudes. And usually they're coming up in the very near future, 3 months maybe, right?
Mhm.
But if you book one of those, not only do you get the point per night, if you stay in a suite or Haven, you get another point per night. And because you booked that, you get another point per night. So you could get up to 3 per night.
Yeah.
Taking a look down here in some of these disclaimer areas, I'm wondering if it will answer my question. We can only credit your Latitude Rewards account with missing points if you took a cruise in the last 12 months. Onboard discounts, no. For daytime and location, please come to the cruise next desk in the atrium. No discounts on duty free. No. This does not really. Benefit is available on sailings 5 days or longer. No. So it doesn't really answer my question on if if you switch tiers mid cruise, if that will update. Um, so I guess I might have to talk to Terry on that one.
Yeah,
But I will save that question for when I'm talking to him about something else.
that's a good idea.
So yeah, what do you? So this weekend, are you going to have time to watch any of the games, or are you going to be busy working all weekend?
I will be working, but like I'll be keeping updated with scores as well as when I'm on breaks. I'll be popping in to checking some of the games that I have.
Big things popping.
Little things stopping.
That's right.
So I'll be because I got Peacock. I'm have Paramount Plus right now just until after Super Bowl, so I can keep up with, so I can actually watch the Super Bowl and stuff like that. I won't be able to like sit down and watch it, but I can watch during my breaks. I can watch the game.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll be doing that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
actually, I'm kind of up in the air still because I'm not thrilled that all that stuff's on the strip, but of course it's going to be on the strip. But I might try and go down, check out the Super Bowl Village and stuff like that. When that comes,
have they already started moving in and getting it ready? Getting the area ready?
I'm sure they probably have. I don't really go down the strip, but
and is the Pro Bowl there again this year?
No, the Pro Bowl's in Orlando this year.
Okay, so they got it out of there. It's interesting
because last year it was at the last year it was here.
Mm-hmm.
They did the skills challenge and things like, they did some of the skills challenges over at the Raiders practice facility, which is right down the road here, and then they did the rest of the stuff at Allegiant Stadium along with the game.
Well, it sounds like it's coming back again next year. And so I'm wondering if they only moved it out because the Super Bowl was here and they were like, let's spread the wealth somewhere else.
Maybe. I mean, like, listen, the thing is that, they know they'll pull people here. It's just a thing. I mean, people will come to Vegas. People like coming to Vegas, and if there's a huge event, they'll be here. So, I mean, I really don't care if they have it here again. I would definitely like to be able to maybe go. But bro, I might have told you. I got a text message. This was about 2 months ago. About 2 months ago. And it says, because I'm on NFL.com, and they were like, "Oh, tickets are on sale for Super Bowl." And I was like, "Oh, no, let me check this out." Bro, 2 tickets. 10 G's. And I was like, what?
Yeah, that's why they always say the only fans at a Super Bowl game are the super fans that have waited their whole lives to see their team there.
Yeah,
because otherwise it's just rich people hanging out.
Like there are opportunities to win tickets and things like that, and that's cool. But I'm like, bro, like I can't.
And those 2 tickets for $10,000 are nosebleed.
Yeah,
right?
they're ass tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm like, bro, there's no way that I'm paying that much for a game. Like, even like, so like, you hear about finals for the NBA, like $10,000. I'm like, what? No, I'm not paying that for one seat for a game.
I mean, I remember looking up just to go to a basic Raiders game this last season.
That's expensive. That's
for tickets,
for just
crap tickets
for three people.
Yeah,
it's at least like what, a G?
Yeah, they were like $300-$400 a piece,
and that's not even including food and
that's for worse seats than where we were for SummerSlam.
Yeah,
we had decent seats for SummerSlam. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. I'm just hoping that they announce. I'm just waiting for WrestleMania because I'll definitely go back to WrestleMania because
Oh,
that's the
sure.
only because like SummerSlam was one thing like cool, but then like I remember when they said, "Oh, Money in the Bank at Allegiant Stadium," I was like, "Money in the Bank is not a stadium show."
And it never happened.
It didn't. It was at Mandalay Bay. It was in the
Hmm.
Garden Arena, which made a lot more sense to me.
Hmm. Well, and I think part of that was they changed it because of the experience with all of the systems going down. They
That
probably
probably
said,
is.
you know what, we're not going back in there.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, I mean, now that it's been up for a while, I'm hoping WrestleMania will be there because WrestleMania out here would be phenomenal.
I just don't think it's necessary. I don't think you have to take the WrestleMania to Vegas. And especially with the experience they had with SummerSlam, I think they're gonna be chilled on it probably for a while. It definitely won't be in the next 2 years. It will be.
I mean, that's the thing. Again, they were one of the first big things in that stadium.
Yeah, they were the first big thing. They were in there
Yeah,
before the Raiders.
yeah. So I mean, the main thing was I think that was also the place had a lot of kinks to iron out. Still, I mean, I'm not a huge. I mean, I get why they're all card, but I think having cash,
Backup. You got to have a
yeah,
backup.
cash backup is not a bad thing. You don't have to have it everywhere. You can have it at minimal spots. At least at some of the bigger areas with the you don't have to have it at the bar. I get that, and that sucks that went down and blah blah. But you can have it at at least at those where the food is, like some of the like the simple stuff like popcorn, candy, or whatever, hot dogs, whatever they got there, like they have cash there because that would have saved them some hassle. But
Well, then you would also need to have ATMs in the stadium, which they don't.
oh yeah, they don't. Well, because you don't technically need them because it's all
Mhm.
card. But
Yeah.
yeah, I get it, but at the same time, it was one of those things. It was just that was irritating, yes. But I mean,
Especially when the majority of the businesses in that area of the city are cash only. You're not gonna use a credit card to go play a casino.
that's very true. That's very true. You got to pull cash.
Yep.
So so like I said, at the time I get it, but like there was the first thing. So hopefully they have another shot. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. If they actually end up doing the one in the UK, you can't. Oh, Jeff says uh Caesar's Palace again. It's Caesar's is not the same as it was when they did WrestleMania there, and
No.
WrestleMania has become bigger
Yeah.
than the Caesar's Coliseum anymore. Anyway, so um, but
I could see them waiting
I
until
would
the
I
A's stadium open and try it there.
I can see that, but one of the main things I'm thinking though is that what I would love to be able to do is if they actually do WrestleMania in England, I would definitely be down to go to England for WrestleMania.
I think in Vegas you're more likely to see the Royal Rumble come to the new A's stadium than you are to see
That's what
WrestleMania.
I was thinking. I was thinking about that because I mean that would make a lot of sense to do, especially with it being hopefully they wait a year or so to make sure all those kinks get ironed out and then they do it.
And since we're
But
here at the back end of the show and we're almost done, let's talk about Royal Rumble predictions.
oh yeah,
Because why not? We're here at the back end of the show. We
yeah,
got Jeff here who I'm sure he's got an opinion. Um, and are you Heenan on a camel? Yeah,
that
Heenan
was
on a
funny.
camel. And that was JR's first event that
Oh
he
really?
was the announcer. Yep,
Oh, that's crazy. That's
he
cool.
had just come over from NWA, I believe.
Oh nice.
Uh, so, anyways, so Royal Rumble, for those of you that don't love wrestling, I'm sure we're going to see the number drop. That's okay. I'm okay with that. We're here at the back end.
JR and a toga. That's 100%.
But we got to talk about this really quickly just
Yeah,
because there are so many. This is the first Royal Rumble
where you're
in a
not sure.
long time that it's not even that I'm not sure. It's I'm actually interested.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Brock Lesnar, going in as the champion, saying he's going in and going to just take everyone out, defend his title. That was interesting
Mhm.
because, it was like,
Nobody ever does that. And
I
didn't he
mean,
go
there
in
are
as
people who
and he
go.
And he's gone in. He went in at number 1, didn't he?
Yeah, there are people who have gone in number 1 and won.
One, yeah, of course, we've seen it.
Ric Flair.
Rhea Ripley did it in the women's wrestling. In the
Yeah, so
women's
it has
match last
happened
year.
before. Rey Mysterio, I think.
Rey
Was number one.
Mysterio went wire to wire. Yeah,
Yeah, so there it has happened, but that was it. That was compelling because you believed Brock could do it, and it made Drew McIntyre a superstar.
Mhm.
Like he was already good and well respected, but he went from being a B to an A plus player.
Oh yeah, when he
So-
eliminated Brock Lesnar, that was a wrap.
So this year, there are so many potential people that make sense to come win this thing. You've got
CM
CM Punk,
Cody Rhodes.
finish the story.
Yeah, you
Yes.
got
Finish.
you got Shinsuke Nakamura, who's pushing that second time winner.
Mhm.
You got Drew McIntyre, who's been on a
Making a compelling argument.
He's been making a crazy tear.
Cody.
I said Cody already.
Oh yeah.
Jay
Uso
even
main event.
Jey Uso, yeah.
There will be some surprises, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
So I think you have 4 legitimate people right now who make a compelling case as to why that might be our final 4, right?
Yeah.
The Rock could appear at the Rumble. We
That's-
don't
Yeah.
know what's happening there. He didn't show up on SmackDown. We haven't gotten
Yeah.
anything, but he did not make that statement about sitting at the head of the table
for no reason.
no
You wouldn't have, you don't make that for no reason. Oh,
I-
and did you see I actually did you watch SmackDown?
Yes.
I like what Nick Aldis. I like him as the GM just because he's so subtle with stuff. Whereas Adam Pearce would have probably just flown off the handle with it. Like, enough, like coming out. You want to you're gonna face all 3 in a fatal 4. Like, I just like the way Nick Aldis came up and
Let your client know.
he goes, let him celebrate, but let him know at the Royal Rumble he's in a fatal 4-way, and just walks off. I was like, bro, this guy.
And it wasn't on a microphone. It was
Literally, if you could, it's barely audible. Like, you could hear it, but it's like
no one in the arena heard it.
Because that would have gotten a pop. Because Roman Reigns was still Roman Reigns was still in the match with Solo and Jimmy celebrating, and just I was like, man, that is golden. Yeah. He said surprise is with an Uso win. Also he says Nick Aldis is a gem. Yes, absolutely.
Nick, the downside is Nick Aldis isn't going to be the GM for long.
No,
they're going to move him to active. They need to move him to active. He was amazing. He was amazing in TNA as Magnus.
Oh, okay. He's a wrestler. Okay.
Yeah, he is. And Adam Pearce was a wrestler in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
But Nick Aldis, as they call him here, he is still an active wrestler.
I think what they'll end up doing, something will happen, and he'll end up stepping down to fight.
Yeah. So it's coming. It will probably be him. It will probably be him and Roman.
That would be,
or him and Solo, or that Solo Sikoa. That's another one that I think could be a surprise.
Oh yeah, no, Solo.
He could win the Rumble.
Solo
and go to challenge Seth.
Solo is like underrated. I mean, this is what's irritating me too. Is that we've talked about this before. Stop bringing people over from NXT and wasting them. JD McDonough. That guy, before he was, I can't remember what his name was when he was on NXT UK. But when he came over, when that got dissolved and they changed it to when he just came over to NXT, he was still doing the same thing that he did there, which I enjoyed. He's just kind of a rough and tumble guy. Then they brought him over to main roster, and he's joined the Judgment Day, and he's been a whipping boy, and it's irritating.
I love what they're doing with R-Truth, though.
I love what they're doing with R-Truth. I think this is the best R-Truth we've seen in quite some time. And then just like, can we just talk about like randomly Paul Ellery showing back up with AOP?
So this is interesting. AOP has been back under contract with WWE for almost a year, and I'm disappointed that this is how they decided to bring them back after almost a year of them still being under contract to reintroduce them with Karrion Cross.
I understand why they did that, but also I was just irritated what they did with AOP when they came. When they came originally, when they came over from NXT, one they got rid of Paul Ellery, which was a main point, which was a big part of that of that allure of that group.
He was their mouthpiece.
Yeah, exactly, because they can't talk for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then like they just, it was just a mess. Like, don't, like, that's what I'm saying. Like they're another one of those people. What's his name? Keith Lee, when they brought him over, he had a couple matches and he was very dominant, and then he just ended up starting getting beat, and then he left.
AEW is wasting him as well.
I'm just like,
I think Keith Lee could have been a major talent for either of these companies.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I almost want Keith Lee to. I mean, I don't know how much longer his contract is over at AEW, but because I mean, if him and Mia Yim are still together, then that would be a reason for him to come back. But I would love to see Keith Lee, and I want to see him be the Keith Lee that was so dominant on NXT, because he still has that ability. He still has that the presence of a A-lister.
I agree. So Royal Rumble, getting back to it.
You know what? And actually, I don't know where his contract is, but if he showed up in Royal Rumble, I'd be excited.
Who?
Keith Lee.
Oh no, that's not going to happen.
Oh, okay. He's still.
Here's the other wild card, and my gut tells me it's not going to happen. But MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman from AEW, he had talked about the bidding war of 24 because his contract with AEW was going to be ending at the end of 23.
Mm-hmm.
The last pay-per-view of 2023 with AEW, he loses his title,
mm-hmm.
gets betrayed by his best friend in the company,
mm-hmm.
and is removed from the AEW page. This can all be a work, and I think it is. I think he signed a new contract. I don't think he's coming to WWE, but he could be.
That'd be one hell of the pop that's one of those pops.
Well, I don't know, like, WWE audience, how many of them know who he is. Because if you remember, AJ Styles didn't get a massive pop.
No, he didn't.
But he did from true fans of wrestling.
Right.
But he didn't get a massive pop at the Rumble when he appeared at number 3.
Very true. So
I think MJF, if it's not a work, if he genuinely is no longer under contract with AEW and does sign with WWE, I would expect to see him be a surprise entrant at the Rumble, and there would be people in the audience who know who he is, but I would not be a huge pop.
Mm.
So it might be wasted on using him at the Rumble. So I'll be really curious to see if that one happens. But if you had to pick based off of who we know, who are you picking to win the Rumble?
I think I'm gonna have to go with CM Punk almost, honestly.
So if CM Punk wins the Rumble, who's he challenging?
Seth.
So then Cody wins Backlash? Elimination Chamber in Perth?
Yeah, so that's the only thing is that, so would that bring both titles, or would he go to SmackDown? I mean, he could go to SmackDown, and I don't think it would be an issue. But yeah, I think if that's the case, Cody gets a rematch against Roman Reigns.
So where does The Rock fall into all this?
Oh, that's right. You know what? Then, if that case, I think, well, that Shinsuke thing needs to end, and I think it did, and so hopefully it did, because that went on way too long.
Here's my prediction.
The Rock needs to get involved, and so
here's my prediction. WrestleMania Night 1, Roman defends the title against The Rock and for the head of the table status.
I think I know. Or
And Roman wins. Night
oh,
2, Roman defends the title against Cody
loses.
and loses. Cody finishes the story. Roman can finally ride off. He's the head of the table,
Yeah,
but he's no longer the champion.
yeah.
Or other way around.
I think it should
Night
just be
one,
just
night one is Cody and Roman.
Cody
Cody
wins.
wins. Night
The
2,
the Rock challenges
calls him out for head of the table.
head of the table.
You don't got the belt no more. You're not head of the table.
Yeah, that could be interesting to see too.
And maybe he even loses that, and that's when he quits and leaves WWE, because it's been said that he's done. He's ready to go try his hand in Hollywood.
Sorry, Hollywood already has Jason Momoa.
Right? Well, I don't know. Jason Momoa is a pretty bad actor, so.
I mean, like, I think like Roman Reigns was in I've only seen Roman Reigns in one movie. He might have been a couple more, but I think he's done voice for like a Scooby-Doo WWE crossover thing. But I think the only movie that I remember seeing him in was in Hobbs and Shaw. The Fast and the Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw, which was, I actually enjoyed that movie. I hope they kind of do another one. But yeah.
Which of course was because his cousin.
Yeah. And then he says, and then Rikishi comes down. which also would be interesting to see. I mean, you still got, a good portion of the bloodline, the whole family still around. So
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, and does The Rock face Roman and his daughter, who's in NXT, get involved in some way to defend the bloodline and Roman and go against her dad?
oh,
There's so many things.
Because, like, you know what? And that's the thing, is it's really weird, is that she's now basically become Shawn Michaels' right-hand girl.
Mm-hmm.
She's been making matches. She's been coming out of his office, announcing matches.
Mm-hmm.
She I only remember seeing her in like one match on NXT, and that was meh. I mean, like, she was meh. So I mean, they could still be working. She's still probably working developmentally. I could she's got to move up eventually. I think it, just because of her last name. But I mean, I think what she's doing now is actually really good, and that would be something very interesting to see if she were to do that. Either does she stand with her father or turn on her dad? That would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
A lot coming up, folks. So, anyways, I think it is time for us to cut it out.
Oh, okay.